it depends on the different countries. Some of the countries are obviously because when they are very US-centric, they're going to see a lot of challenges of reducing the number of calls because the domestic demand in the US is reducing. So they're going to have some impact to the outsourcing market. However, countries like China, where you have more domestic demand, you're going to see growth in using contact center in China to both answering inquiries, to handling customer order, and so forth. So that's a growth area in some of the Asia Pacific countries. Some of them are sort of seeing a lot of challenges on reducing the volume. Well, they should look at the contact center and expand the scope of what call centers should do. So what that means is in 2009, there will be a lot of activities on collections. Using contact center is another way of turning and transforming a call center into revenue generator. So the collection in the banking terminology called telephone dunning, which is reminding the credit card members to pay up or the bank customer and so forth. So the collection activities will be in increasing trend. And the other thing is dramatically using home agent where you can answer the phone at home because people actually want to work at home now. In the US, there's research saying there could be 300,000 people working as a home agent in the United States. So that's a significant number. And again, because the technology is ready, all you need is hook up the technology and your home, you're answering telephone call. People do not need to travel to work, and then the office do not have to pay a lot of office rental. So that's a win-win situation there. That's the second thing. The third thing is where you could actually using the call center into a BPO center. Right? So call center primarily using the front-end telephone inquiries. The BPO is more the whole process of creating a customer experience. How that works is when I call you and then you say, we're going to handle this for you. I know where it's going to be exactly where is your order. So they integrate the call center into the back office operation, that including maybe the insert into the statement, answering some of the billing issues and the back office. So again, I'm talking about bring the value upstream from the traditional service model into a revenue model. So that's a lot of companies should actually look at that in 2009. Extremely difficult because call center is a volume based in general revenue, right? So you have 10 seats, 12 seats, 100 seats are relatively small, and these companies are opportunity for being acquired from large player. And again, you cannot answer a phone call if there is suddenly 50 orders coming into the phone. You're going to jam the line. You have a huge abandoned call. You're going to service issue. So company will not outsource to a small call center. They prefer to outsource to established major call center so the abandoned call will be much lower and the training infrastructure will be much more mature. So the smaller ones going to be extremely difficult to survive, put it that way. For companies who have about 10, 20, 30, 40 seats, we advise them to look at an opportunity to outsource to an outsourcer. So help them to reduce costs significantly and improve service level. And when you're answering telephone call, if you have an abandoned call, so you can't get through, so the customer is going to get upset. Second time, you still don't get through, you're going to have an opinion of that company that the service is very bad. So all you need to do is establish a service level agreement if you're outsourcing service provider. And I want you to answer the phone call within 3 rings, which is 9 seconds. You even have to demand on first call resolution, because if you cannot resolve the problem in one call, that's probably about 3% of the customer will not doing business with that company. But it will turn to about 38% if the second call is not being answered or the problem is not being resolved. So the first call resolution and the resolution of call is going to determine how the customer is going to see you, and they will have a choice of not using you as a service provider. So that's again a very powerful research that's been done recently.